You're welcome, students. This is Model 1, your introduction to editing. My name is Adeline Selibebli, a video editor with a decade of experience in editing documentaries, TV series, and adverts. Editing is a technique of putting shots together, frame by frame, scene by scene, to make a coherent story. There are different stages in editing. Editing first begins with the pre-production stage. Most people think that pre-production is basically for the directors and other crew members. There are different stages in the editing process. There is the pre-production, logging stage, assembly stage, final edit, transition, and effect. Firstly, let's talk about the pre-production stage. During the pre-production stage, the editor usually works with the director to know exactly the kind of edit he or she needs to do. For instance, things that can be executed on location are planned before it is brought on the bench. These are done during the pre-production stage. The next stage is the logging stage. During the logging stage, your work as an editor is to label every shot that is brought onto your bench. Make sure you label your shots according to the scene and shot. This will make your editing easier for you. Easy identification of shots makes your work easier. The next stage is the assembling stage. This is where you launch your software. Then you import all your shots that you have previously labeled into your software. So you carefully select your shot and assemble them on the timeline according to the script. The next stage is the final edit or cut. At this stage, your story would have taken shape and it can be viewed by the directors and other crew members. Mind you, it is not ready to be seen by audience yet. The next stage is transition and effect. At this stage, the editor has to carefully choose transitions that are appropriate to tell the story. Effect that will best suit the story is very, very important. Mind you, students, as discussed, the stages may vary from one project to the other. In a documentary where the story is not entirely scripted would differ from a project of a fiction where the story is completely scripted. The beauty about the work of the editor is that some of the time you have the privilege of telling the story your way. You are able to choose shots that best tell the story even better than the director. The editor is almost like a 2IC to the director. A film is well edited when it invokes the emotion of the viewer, where the viewer feels they are a part of the story, where they do not see the edit, but are invoked by the emotions in the story. There are challenges within the stages of the editing process. For example, client expectation, balancing client request with creative vision, especially when feedback is unclear and unrealistic. Again, technical issues, software crashes, compatibility issues, or hardware limitations can disrupt workflows. Again, long hours. Editing projects often require extended period of focus, which can lead to fatigue. You also need to be patient in working with other crew members who have different ideas as to how the story should go. As an editor, you need to work within a certain time frame for the entire edit to be done. Sometimes you have to work efficiently in order to meet the deadline. Lastly, remember that the editor works with the director. Therefore, a collaborative challenge may occur. Miscommunication with team members, directors, or producers can lead to unnecessary revisions. The collaboration between the editor and the director is one of the most critical partnerships in the filmmaking process. Their relationship is built on communication, trust, shared creative vision as they work together to bring the story to life in post-production. The shared creative vision, the director provides the film's overarching vision, while the editor interprets and implements this vision in the editing process. The editor helps the director to refine and realize their creative ideas through pacing, structure, and tone. Constructive collaboration. The relationship requires open communication and mutual respect. The editor needs to balance their own creativity with the director's vision, while the director must trust the editor's expertise. Clear and ongoing dialogue is essential to align their goals. Final decision making. While the editor may suggest creative solutions, the director has the final say on edits, ensuring the film aligns with their vision. Flexibility. This means you, the editor, and the director must be open to changes and willing to explore different creative approaches. Patience. The editor needs a lot of patience. The process can involve multiple revisions, requiring patience and persistence. In conclusion, the beauty of the editing lies with you, the editor. You need to pay attention to every detail. Thank you.